malpractice and bad to put anything above self. I mean, if you're at all, I mean, to my thinking, being selfish includes the welfare of other people. If I want to have the best life possible, it means that I put myself together in a way that's good, not just for me, but for everyone around me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why am I interested in making money? So I can buy cars and fancy clothes and stuff? No, it's so that, well, yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, that's part of it, but it's also so that I could produce value for people, that I could help when they are in need. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. So to kind of live for other people at the expense of yourself, I think it's just really silly. It's a silly way of thinking. I think to me, it's an unnecessary sacrifice, because you achieve the same goal even by being selfish. And being selfish is the best, because you are the only person that can really intensely give you what you need in your life anyway. No one else can. I mean, if you just juxtapose those two values, the incoherence of these is self-evident. That is to say that no one is responsible for your needs, yet you are not going to make yourself a priority. That means that the whole world, nobody makes you a priority. If you don't make yourself a priority, then how does it happen? Then it becomes inevitable that you waste away. You become irrelevant background trash. And unless your moral code is preaching something like that, which I would say is evil, then I would say it's a moral code that at best is just incoherent. It doesn't make any sense. A woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle. Men who are already conditioned to look to women for definition and approval were especially susceptible to these kinds of messages. This added incentive for these men to try to figure out what women want and then to try to become that in order to be loved and get their needs met. Yeah. Man, it's interesting to think about, if we take for granted that the vocal feminists were a minority, it still begs the question as to how this way of thinking took root as intensely as it did. I mean, if they're wrong, it's still interesting. How did they start thinking this way? Men are the causes of all the problems in the world. They're a nuisance, not necessary, and we don't need them. And that we should, and if we were to give birth to sons, we should condition them and educate them in a way that we're going to, refine them to get all these toxic masculine traits out of them. And these poor bastards, these poor kids that are raised under this environment, that means they're conditioned to look for women for definition approval. And so when they spew out these feminist slogans that men are pigs, men are slime, and women need a man like a fish needs a bicycle, these poor bastards, these kids are going to internalize it. They're seriously going to internalize it. They're going to feel themselves as men to be somehow exactly that, unnecessary or stupid or whatever. And I say deeply, fuck that. That's crazy, man. That's absolutely nuts. And I think every guy should be, women too. I mean, we should all be offended offended is not the right word, because offended implies sort of seriousness that you give to it. But to the degree that someone sincerely puts such ideas in front of you, we should all collectively, at worst, ridicule it, at best, ignore it. This is self-evidently nonsense. I mean, no one's going to come to me and tell me that, my dad is a force for evil in the world and my family. Those are fighting words. Of course not. That, our uncles, our brothers, cousins, grandfathers are the leaders of our family who were male, that they were just selfish pricks and bastards that did nothing but just cause suffering. That's just not true. Self-evidently not true. And then the further claim that this kind of evilness that they presumably have is something that's innate, just in their nature, that they're just born this way. It's actively creating men that are going to walk around feeling apologetic for just being who they are. That's crazy. I'm a guy. What does that mean? I'm aggressive. I'm competitive. Okay. I have a very, very, very deep sex drive, and I want to fuck badly all the time. And yeah, I can fuck without making a bond. I can fuck with the woman, and as soon as I'm done, throw her ass to the side of the curb. I can do that. And I can be violent very easily. Violence comes easily to me. Sex comes easily to me. Competitiveness comes easy to me. Ambition, focus, you know? Focus on data rather than emotion. All these things are true. They come to me, and I think they're beautiful. I think they're great. I love being a guy. I do. I don't fucking apologize. Why should I apologize? Well, part of it, I am who I am. If somebody's upset or doesn't like who I am or whatever, that's their problem. And I think that's how guys should internalize it, man. It's like, whatever. These are just the intellectual, social trends of the time. Silly nonsense. Let it be. Fuck it. If there's a woman around that wants to talk shit to me like that, well, I ain't gonna take no disrespect. She can fuck off. She's not mine. I don't give a damn about her. I'll be damned if some woman in my life is gonna tell me this shit, or I'll be damned as a man if I'm gonna accept in my life a relationship with a woman that's even gonna humor any of these ideas. And she can believe what the hell she wants. She can believe what she wants. I'm just saying, she's not going to be in my life. The second I hear her spewing this kind of like feminist Nazi crap, all right, you know what? This isn't gonna work. So this relationship's over. You take care. Maybe you're right in what you're thinking. I don't know. I have my opinions, and I don't want to deal. I don't want to give any women at all, the time of day, who are gonna walk around and think like this. I think collectively as guys, this is what we should do. Listen, if you're telling me you don't need men, that's fine. I'm gonna fuck with women who want to spend time with men, who do like men, who do like the presence, comfort, protection, and of men. Women who do like men will get men. Women who want to talk like this about men and hate men, fine. They don't get any men. Go in your corner and scissor for all I care. That's fine, and I don't mean that with hatred. I really don't. I think their ideas are wrong and dumb. I think they are hurting themselves and missing out on fun. I think they do have problems. I mean, we all have problems, and we're justified in expressing those issues, but I think the way they're handling it is just totally silly. And that's fine, Go ahead. You girls, do you. Fine, you're going to think that way about men, then I would say if men could act collectively, that's how I would handle it. Fine. I ain't going to tolerate no disrespect like that. So if that's how you're going to want to think and feel and act and whatever, fine. Then you get nothing from me. You don't get any of my attention. You don't get any of my time, any of my concern, any of the comfort or satisfaction of being with me. Whatever that may be, you'll never know now. Because this is how it is. Because this is how you're feeling. You want to call that toxic? No, that's self-respect. That's self-respect. As a guy who's has value to give to the world, why the hell am I gonna share my time and value with people that don't think well of me? Why? What's the point of it? And I'm not in the business of convincing anybody of anything. People, think what you want. That's fine. I'm just in the business of having standards and holding people accountable for things. That's like, I don't want to be around people that think this way. So no, I'm not your friend. I don't really care what you think in one way or another. All I know is I'm going that way. I'm going to spend my time with women that do appreciate me and do want my company, do want my presence. They get me. They get me in my time. The other women don't. And what else needs to be said? What else matters then? That's interesting. They are life preserving, but not exactly life giving. You see these men with strong women who positively radiate energy. Finely tuned young men, ecologically superior to the father, sympathetic to the whole harmony of the universe, yet he himself has very little vitality to offer. Yeah. Say, yeah, because what we're taught not to do. Look, a man's energy. And I think this is perfectly appropriate. This might be a little, risque, but it's appropriate to describe that a man's energy is penetrating. It's penetrating. Here I am. I'm here in the world. This is what I think. This is what I feel. This is my opinion. This is what I want to do. I'm going to do it. It's that energy of I'm here. And that kind of energy makes you a force, an object in the world that other people have to deal with. They have to deal with it. You see what I'm saying? It's not being a passive observer. It's being an active player. You got the ball, I'm in front of you. You got the ball, I'm a linebacker. I'm coming for your ass. You got to move out of the way. You got to do something because I'm here. That's what it is. And so that is kind of dismissed generally as just as aggressive, inconsiderate, and it's not looked on in a frame of virtue. Because this is power, this is desire, this is ambition, this is striving, this is it has its good qualities, it has its noble qualities. Yeah, sure, anything can be looked on as a positive or a vice. Anything can be looked on as a vice. There's such thing as is there such thing as masculinity that overextends what the appropriate amount is? Sure. What the hell that is exactly, I don't know. We can sit here and try to decipher that. That's a conversation for another day. But yeah, I would say that's the one of the primary criminal offenses, I think, of the feminist movement, is that they have an issue with men, and they kind of take that issue and generalize it to men in total, disregarding masculinity as a whole as something that is bad, rather than differentiating what is or what isn't appropriate or inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's intellectually irresponsible. It's emotionally reckless. It's intellectually irresponsible. And the fact that women are the majority of teachers in public schools means that our young boys spend, from the ages of 5 to 18, predominantly taught by women. That is to say, not only are they constantly surrounded by feminine energy and not have appropriate masculine role models, not have appropriate masculine figures to model themselves after, but these women are also, I imagine, to some degree, feeling these kinds of feminist slogans and kind of conditioning in these young kids the idea or the need or the feeling rather that they are going to have their worth framed by and validated by women. That women are in effect shaping men as these things that are to meet the needs of women. That whether or not I'm appropriately a man is going to be, what is an appropriate man is defined by women, and whether or not I fulfill those requirements is going to be determined by women. And my job as a guy is to follow those things to appease her, because her validation and her comfort in my appeasing her is the whole game. This is the shit that young boys are feeling. I think in one way or another, yeah, this is what young boys are feeling. I mean, and this is what's contributing to the collective masculine weakness amongst men, is that we have guys that are not penetrating, guys that don't say what they think, guys that don't hold themselves high and don't give a fuck what people think, that are not reliable, that are not strong, that are not resilient, that are not grounded, that are not that don't have strong senses of self, that are capable of fucking violence in the case of necessary, if necessary, or even for sport. Fuck it. We don't. I mean, that's out of fashion. Anyways, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I would ask her. Your go to on page 54 under soft nose movement. It says here, from a different perspective, Camille Paglia comments on how the social changes of the last 5 decades have changed the worlds of men and women. And, quote, the hard-driving woman has to switch persona, but when she gets home, she has to throw her back or she'll castrate everything in the domestic niche. And many white middle-class women have dodged this dilemma by finding themselves a nice, malleable boy man who becomes another son and thus illuminating the matriarchal household. Now, women have chosen to do that. Now, is that because that's what these men are preferring, or is this because them sharing the space with masculine men is difficult? Is it, yeah. So are they choosing this, do you think, because they find it difficult to share space with masculine men, or they just because they don't like to throttle back, because they like it? It's like women are making this choice because they want to be dominant and they want submissive men. Oh yeah, shit. Those are two ways of the same. That's two sides of the same coin. Dilemma. Okay, good. I don't give a shit. Okay? I don't give a shit. You're gonna stop me with this. Yeah. There's another thing. Yeah, AMS's idea that men are going to use women's hypergamy against them. I don't really follow that. I don't follow that language. Using it against them. Using them against them. I mean, they're hypergamous. They prefer men that are more successful than they are. Also, all that means is just meeting their criteria. I don't know why you would capture that or describe that as using it against them. I mean, men are attracted to physical beauty, so women using makeup is effectively women using men's sensibilities against them. It's not using it against them, it's just meeting the criteria. Women are hypergamous, and so if guys, you want to... Okay, so that means if you want to fall in the scope of what she finds attractive, then you need to meet those requirements. That is, you need to acquire some kind of social or financial value, status. That's what it means. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like being a nice guy, being considerate and all that jazz. It all stems, at least from my thinking now, it all stems from the feeling that fundamentally, internally, just as you are, that you are not okay just the way that you are. As a guy, your natural instincts, you're competitive, you're possessive, maybe you're jealous, and you're violent. You have a very, very narrow, myopic sex drive. Maybe, yeah, you don't give a damn to get to know the woman that you're fucking. You don't care. I don't care who she is or what she thinks. I just want to fucking toss her ass to the side of the road, maybe. But these instincts that you have are natural. And there's this feeling that is not okay. So yeah, and so it sense, and because that is not okay, if you choose to just be that way, then you're bad. And if you're bad, Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, if that's the framing, and yeah, what I'm saying is, yeah, I accept the fact that I am bad because I'm just the way that I am. But what I'm trying to also do is provide a paradigm shift that sees that choice not as bad at all. It's only bad relative to the moral kind of thing, to the moral framework that we're operating in. We are bad and we need to be good, so we need to change. So we need to work against our natures. It's like no, 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 no. Our natures are perfectly fine the way that they are. What is bad is to raise boys to thinking that they're not okay just as they are. That's what's bad. And are there some desires that we have, that natural desires that we have, that need to be curbed, that need to be refined, something through education, children? Sure. But that refinement does not need to come with the message that we are bad. That doesn't need to be. Again, is it natural for dogs to shit on the carpet? It's natural for dogs to shit whenever they need to shit. But when the dog shits in the place that's not right, I don't think it doesn't feel right to shame the dog or make the dog feel like the dog is bad or something. No. Well, you just gotta explain to the dog, listen, this is, I understand, but here, we're gonna teach you some rules here. This and that. And if you had it your way, you would love it so that the dog didn't feel bad at all. The dog is just like, oh, okay, I get it. Okay, gotcha. It's perfectly okay to shit. It's perfectly okay to want to shit, but we're gonna shit in this way and not that way because it makes life better. It's perfectly okay for you to have a incredible sex drive where you just want to fuck every woman that you see walk down the street and to feel that hum throughout your body. Not only is it okay, it's actually necessary. Your sexual energy is it's kind of like your life energy. It's your life force. You need that shit. It's what makes you you. What might be a little excessive is that, well, if we let every guy fuck every woman that he wanted, that creates obvious social problems. So it's not wrong that you need to feel that way, but we're going to, let's just make some ground rules so that, we can mitigate some damage. That's a very different message from you are terrible, you are bad, you are sinful, you are something wrong with you, and you need to be changed and fixed. Very different message, because the second one brings with it an element of shame and guilt, where the first one doesn't. Shame and guilt. What sense is there to be shamed about who you are naturally? I mean, this is the same argument people make for gay people, isn't it? Like, yeah, this is just the way you are, man. The fact that anybody, forces anyone to be one way or the other sexually is just heinous, isn't it? I mean, you can understand. I can understand how guys can be repulsed at other guys who want to get bent over and get fucked up the ass by other guys. I understand that feeling. It's disgusting. I understand that feeling. I think it's disgusting. Yeah, I don't watch that shit. If I see two guys making out, yeah, it kind of hurts my stomach. That's the truth, but it's beside the point. What I'm saying, the very thing that I'm saying is that feeling of disgust what I'm saying is that it is an error. It is a mistake to translate that feeling of disgust into a kind of moral axiom. Because I feel it is disgusting, it must be wrong. Therefore, it is morally wrong to do that thing, which makes me feel disgusting. That's the kind of that's what I think is shallow thinking. Very stupid and naive, morally shallow thinking. But nonetheless, but I understand how people can make that mistake very easily. It's disgusting. Get it out of here. I don't like it. And it's so easy to just say, yeah, it's wrong too. Stone them to death. Fuck them. I don't like them. They're gross. Yeah, it's no surprise. It's not like it's unfathomable how people can think that way. No, it's the easiest thing in the world. It's the easiest thing in the world to kind of take your emotions and to turn them into moral law. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's the easiest thing in the world to do that. It's not. It's going to be very easy to find guys that agree with you. That just compounds the problem. Either when you have 10 guys in the room and they all agree that gay sex is just disgusting, yeah, you get a majority. They're going to be, yeah, let's fucking kill them. Yeah, of course, it's going to be easy to do that. And if you replicate that scenario 100 times, with 100 different groups of 10 men, and all of them repeat the same kind of experiences, how many of them are going to lash out? Likelihood is probably kind of high. You're going to have some kind of instance of like that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying that it's no surprise. It's not a mystery as to how this happens. If it never happened, That would be the mystery. How does it never happen? Yeah. So the kind of nice guy syndrome is still going on, and a lot of young boys are receiving the same messages. It's still going on. Young boys are being raised by the same messages and are probably being raised by nice guy fathers as well. Yeah. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always had. But to nice guys, the nice guy think there is no other option. This is how life works. You have to be good. You have to be good. You have to be considerate of people. You have to do what's right. You have to do what's good. Don't be selfish. Don't be mean. Don't be too competitive. Care about other people. And act in a way that's, in harmony with people. Don't cause more conflict that's necessary. And if that formula isn't giving you the kind of life that you want, well, you just got to keep trying harder. What's the other option? Yeah, again, I can see that clearly. I see that very clearly. I mean, this is who I was. This is who I still am. I still feel it. But I'm learning that it's been a mistake this whole time. It's been one colossal mistake. It's like a giant glacier. And I got a blow dryer and I'm just slowly melting it away. Seeking the approval of this is the thinking here. Nice guys prevent themselves from getting what they want in love and life by, number one, seeking the approval of others, trying to hide their perceived flaws and mistakes, putting other people's needs and wants before their own, sacrificing their personal power and playing the role of a victim. Sacrificing their personal power and playing the role of a victim. Wow. I'm being nice. I'm doing everything it needs to. She's not giving me what I want. It's not fair. I'm a victim. Yeah, that's what it is. Disassociating themselves from other men and their own masculine energy. Co-creating relationships that are less than satisfying. Creating situations in which they do not have very much good sex. Failing to live up to their full potential. Yeah, I'm thinking about Farbot and his relationships. I mean, is he co-creating relationships that he's not happy in? I don't know. It's fucking weird. It's like that shit with Mary. Like, why did he do that? I mean, are you attracted to her? No, you're not. Well, you feel sad. You voluntarily take responsibility for the emotional well-being of other people. Yeah, you voluntarily take up responsibility for the emotional well-being of other people. Let it go. Let the milk spill, dude. If she kills herself, it's not your fault. It's not your fucking fault. It's not your fault. Just a different read on it.